Heard at Health is sponsored video content brought to you by Med City News.
I'm with Carolyn Jasic, who is the Associate Chief Clinical Officer at Verily. Verily is the precision medicine AI company and the life sciences subsidiary of Alphabet. So, Carolyn, Verily had some unexpected news, at least from a person like me who's been covering Verily for a while. You have now launched a consumer-facing app called Verily Me. The app has a lot of features. We'll get into that in a minute, but I'm curious, what kind of gap do you want to address? Because there's so many health and wellness apps already in the world, I guess.
There certainly are, and we've been in this a long time to try and figure out what works. I would say the best way to describe the difference here is what we haven't had to date is an app that truly engages the healthcare consumer directly in their care. We have apps that engage the consumer and we have apps for care, but we don't necessarily have an app that directs the consumer in their care.
Okay, makes sense. Now, the app will allow people to connect to licensed clinicians who will have access to their entire health history, and so that they can recommend treatment. So I guess my question is, how are you able to pull all this health information on anyone who has an iPhone?
Well, it's kind of related to your earlier question, which is the key gap here is it an app that establishes a care relationship with the user? That is the key difference with Verily Me, is that the user has a treating relationship with Verily, and that way we're able to pull their records in order to work with them on their health.
So essentially, the user will provide that information up front when they sign up and download the app.
Well, actually, the user just provides their identity information, and then we take it from there by pulling their health record.
Okay, from their providers. Got it. Tell me a little bit more about Violet, the AI companion that the app has. I love the name, by the way. What kinds of questions can Violet answer?
Well, current stage, Violet can answer questions about the health record. I think many of us as healthcare consumers, there's so much information that the healthcare organizations have about us, and we don't necessarily get to see all of that. And even if we have access to it, it's quite complex and detailed. So Violet is really that bridge to help the healthcare consumer understand their data and know what's there for them.
And then one final question. How would you rate success for Verily Me?
Well, the interesting thing about this is for all the geeks out there, we've solved the number one problem, which is pulling the data and parsing it, but that's not going to be enough for the healthcare consumer. So success for us is having an app that people want to use.